Both exes threw a big fit that I refused to read childcare books when I said that I had been a mother in past lives. Yes, I've been a mother in past lives, much like I myself have been a doctor in past lives. Thus, I know how to perform the surgery. Saying that you know something because it was from a past life, that is a bit of a stretch. And look, I always like to theorize the idea of past lives and everything myself, but I'm not gonna be pulling any actually stuff with it. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/Insane People Facebook, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout, or click the link down below. It will automatically apply the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Gatekeeping is okay. It prevents franchises from going downhill. Nobody cares if your feelings get hurt. A reminder to gatekeep your games. Don't let casuals in. Otherwise, they'll end up like Persona, full of rogues tormenting the devs because it doesn't have enough gays. It's not just gatekeeping. We need to bring bullying back as well. Never been a fan of bullying, but at the same time, you also can't please everybody. There's always going to be somebody that's not happy with what's going on, and there's going to be people that thrive off of whatever drama's going on because for some reason they don't have anything else to entertain themselves with. And gatekeeping overall does kinda suck, because instead of people saying, hey, here's a good reason to like this thing, there are people out there just say, you shouldn't like this thing, you're not a real fan. Yes, name every single superhero. The whole gatekeeping mentality just kind of sucks the fun out of something. I mean, for example, just because somebody gets exposed to something for the first time from a certain media doesn't mean that they can't learn about where that media originated from. And yeah, the whole it's the guy from Fortnite meme goes around and everything, but sometimes that's just where people initially see them from. Bashing them just because of that doesn't really put you in the good light. Like, instead of bashing them, it's a good way to start a conversation. Like, hey, if you like that character, would you like to know where they originally came from? You know, instead of saying something like, you must not be a real fan. When you realize the measles protects against cancer, you understand why the industry wants to prevent it, says Ho. You know, come to think about it, it's probably safer for these dum-dums to be posting stuff like this on the internet than actually going out and getting medical degrees, because God forbid if they actually had them, we would be screwed. Do you imagine you were having trouble walking and everything, and you happen to go to the doctor and they just tell you, oh, don't worry, they just want you to believe that. You just need a little bit of sunshine. No, I like to live. I would say opposing photography is not feminism. It is actually attempting to renew the dignity of our nation. A noble cause. These disgraceful mangas and smut turn men into beasts, making them weak and dull. Japanese men that defend it are losers who have a bad reputation for being perverted and involuntarily celibate. Westerners do not respect Japanese men who watch these things. They are disrespectful to their ancestors. They make Japan look like a third world country, like India. These people are a big reason for the declining birth rate in Japan. The men consuming this disgusting content are disgraceful and pathetic, and would be ashamed if their ancestors could see the way that they live. Women who bleed and know they will give birth screaming in agony rightly look with contempt upon men who avoid even the possibility of discomfort. Never mind true suffering. Yes, and you know, it's totally because of the smut that's on the internet in Japan, and it's totally not like there could be other things that could be found with a 5-second Google search. Nope, it is explicitly because dudes happen to be watching the materials of the hanky-panky varieties. I know I said the stuff about the gatekeeping earlier being bad, but also on the other end of things, there are just people that are too ignorant to feel like they will ever accept being wrong, and if they can't get their way on their own opinion, then it's a very much my way or the highway logic, and that is not going to go well for you either. People that when asked, hey, can you explain this thing to me, and they actually have it explained, is like, I don't like that logic. It makes it so that I'm incorrect. People that aren't willing to accept that they may be wrong in some situations are not going to prosper in life. Something about chiropractic children and parents that get it. Chiropractic parents in our office typically don't poison their children with substances and medical BS. Hence the higher intelligence, eye contact, better energy, better natural immunity, and less side effects from medical tyrannical inventions. This is Violet, age 6 months, with God-given pure blood. Do you get it? If there was a worldwide flood, you would expect marine fossils to be in unusual places. Mount Everest and with clams? No, what are clams doing on top of Mount Everest? All of the highest mountain ranges have marine fossils. They were deposited there by a global flood, just like the Bible said. Actually, yes, you would, due to tectonic movement. So many mountains like Mount Everest actually grow every year. In Mount Everest's case, it's about 2 millimeters per year. The Himalayas specifically grow due to the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates colliding. This slow but powerful collision forces the layers of rock and earth to move upwards, similar to if you put your fingertips together and push them towards one another. So, when you measure how much the mountain is growing each year, you can do some simple divisions and see how long ago that area was flat and or underwater, which is approximately 40 to 50 million years ago. During that time, the Himalayas didn't actually exist, and neither the Indian or Eurasian tectonic plates were even butted up against one another enough to have land above water in that area. There was instead a body of water that is called the Tethys Sea. During that time, those shells and fossils of creatures of that era would have died and gotten deposited into the sediment that has now been forced to the top layers of the mountain due to tectonic activity. I hope this helps answer the question. It's pretty cool how plate tectonics work. It raises the question of how they were fossilized, closed, meaning they were still alive. You can explain it as if the mountains rose, but in the right circumstances it does not require millions of years. Mount St. Helens is an interesting example of formation or things like rock layers or geographic upheaval practically overnight. I've also been told that Valles Marineris took less than a day. It all depends on how much force is being exerted. And actually, thoughts on the new islands forming in the Atlantic? Tangentially related, maybe, but they've seen a few form quickly. Iceland is a fascinating example, but not the only one. Nijima in the Pacific is a fascinating one. We see cataclysms and stuff even today that form new landmasses / shift existing ones.
No, that's neat that you believe that.
Don't you just gotta love your relatives? They make Thanksgiving the most questionable holiday out of the entire year. Yeah, go for the stuffing, not the family. You can't just take every single thing that has scientific backing into it and say,
Oh yeah, Jesus did that.
For the record, Canada nor Mexico have killed a single chicken due to bird flu. Awake yet? The bird flu doesn't cross borders. Ah, yes, you know, it's not like birds can frickin' fly or anything. Praying for love, kindness, long-suffering, charity, and things of that sort are the specialty of your creator. Praying for house money and materialistic desires are the specialty of Satan. Be careful what you're praying for. Satan answered prayers too. Ah yes, you know, actual things that can help me survive versus, you know, immaterialistic and, oh yeah, long-suffering. You didn't mean to skim over that one, did you? Is this cheese? No, I left goat milk in my car for a few days here in North Florida. This is what happened to it. Is this cheese? What would happen if I ate this? You would have this thing called a medical bill that would then pop up in the future. I ate a very small piece. Not a strong flavor. Oh, don't worry. Give it a few hours. There'll be something strong inside of you then. In the past, when I left milk out inside for days, it turned into a watery yogurt. I drank that and had no problems. Not even a stomachache. That is a freaking lie, and you know it. At no point in history has the sentence ever been uttered, I left milk in my car for a few days, and there ever be a good result that comes out of this. This looks like a white frickin' symbiote. But with that, that is going to have to be with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up the wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. And I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.